Well, we lose track because we're here, but if you go away, you can't wait to get back.
Welcome to Pocono Mountains podcast, going back in time and along the upper Delaware River for episode 23 of season 3. I'm Jim Hamill. We're very fortunate to have rich, compelling stories around every corner here in the Pocono Mountains. The gorgeous landscape along the Delaware River in Pike County is as picturesque as the Poconos gets. And right there in the middle of it all, Sylvania Tree Farm, run by generations of the McKay family, dating back to the 1800s, as a destination along the rail line, now offering an escape from daily life in cabins tucked in the forest and campsites along the river. More on that in a bit. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions, with 2,400 square miles of forests, mountains, lakes, and rivers, with iconic family resorts and historic downtowns. It's the perfect getaway. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, streaming live 24/7. Now back to the episode. Sylvania Tree Farm is a labor of love for Jane and John McCain, their sons, and their families. The 7th and 8th generations of stewards of the immaculate property worth seeing for yourself. We chatted recently during a shoot for the upcoming Pocono Mountains magazine premiering October 1st. Enjoy. Hey everyone, Jim Hamill here with Pocono Mountains podcast, and it is a splendid September day in the Pocono Mountains here, overlooking the Delaware River in the upper Delaware River region in Mast Hope, and we are at Sylvania Tree Farm with John McKay. John, thanks for having us here. This is a beautiful property. You said a lot of acreage, a lot of history here. How special is it to be a steward of this land here?
Well, it keeps me busy. It's been a great time. My wife and I have been here 40 plus years. It started with, what you see right there was just all overgrown. So the property had been sort of abandoned for a couple of decades. And we just knew that this is where we wanted to be. So
I could see why, for the folks at home during this podcast, to visualize this place, we are on the precipice of all the leaves changing here in the fall season. But any time of the year here, the way this is laid out alongside the riverbanks, just tucked away in this historic little village, in the upper Delaware region, it's got this mystique about it, is what I would say. But can you kind of sum up what this property is? It's a tree farm, but it's also just, a great place for people to lay their head, to recommune with nature, and to experience the beauty that is here, right?
Yes, it's a family legacy. Started back 1848. Right down there was the hotel, the Selden Manor House, and there was a train station.
Huh?
In fact, my mother, when she first met her in-laws, came on the train, this is during World War II.
Right.
And, the servicemen on the train said, "No, you're not getting out in that." But, it's a family legacy, a lot of history for our family. I got lost the train.
Well, and you have the train track still here.
Oh, yeah.
So there is a train that comes through. But you also have a lot of other visitors, right? In a lot of the cabins, a lot of the ways.
Oh, yeah. The recreational part, we came up with that idea way back that other people would probably like to enjoy this paradise. So
yeah,
we started with a couple of cottages that are across the creek. You'll see, perhaps, I don't know, but you'll see the footbridge that I made back when they dubbed me a college idiot because I had no skills.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably also go over my proudest achievement, the bridge you drive over, just get a view of the cottages. So yeah, way back in the beginning when we were first here, we decided that, I'm sure other people would like to take advantage of this location.
So you have cottages, and they get rented out on like a weekly, weekend basis. What do you
Yeah, weekend, in the summer, people stay for an entire week. October's a big month, which is coming up. Yeah. And then we also have the campsites along the river.
Wow.
There's somebody there now, I do believe. But like I said, it rained every day this summer, so it was tough.
It was. It's got to be pretty spectacular, though, to be able to wake up Riverside, with the bald eagles we were talking about and the other wildlife that exists here and just the pristine nature of what the Upper Delaware River region has to offer.
Well, we lose track because we're here, but if you go away, you can't wait to get back. So, I think we lose sight of, the specialness that we are accustomed to every day.
Yeah. I mean, you have 1,100 acres.
Yes.
You have a lot of trees on that acreage, I assume.
Right. Yeah, the tree farm, I've dabbled with growing Christmas trees.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough here. The soil's lousy, and then they got some bug one time. But we do a lot of firewood for the campers, and we sell timber. I have a sawmill. We cut our own boards. We use them in our cottages, and maybe you'll see the outdoor shower on your tour, which is a big hit.
I can't wait to see that outdoor shower. It doesn't speak any more to like being one with nature unless you're,
right, the
outdoors taking a shower. Anything you want to leave us with, though, about how, generationally speaking, you've come back in and you and your wife have, put an invested interest in this project, in this home that you have and in this land, and now your sons and daughter-in-law and the grandkids. I mean, that's a cool aspect of this too.
And it's great. And plus, we have two grandsons now to carry on the name, the tradition, and that they love it. My children love it, and they're involved with the business, and they also have their own enterprises that do involve, for instance, taking stone from the property, which was, historically one of the enterprises that took place there. Bluestone, it would be loaded onto the railroad right here, and then used in New York City for sidewalks and buildings. How about that? Bluestone's big in the Upper Delaware. Yeah,
it is. So it's a family operation. It's a
totally family operation,
and a hospitable one too. It seems like the reviews that you get from people who visit are really special.
Yeah, that is gratifying to see what they write and how much we've made them feel good, reinvigorated them when they stay, and that's very gratifying. It makes it worth the trouble.
You are a busy man, John McKay with Sylvania Tree Farm here in Mast Hope up in Lackawaxen Township along the Delaware River. Thank you for joining us here on Pocono Mountains Podcast, and I think we'll move on to your bride now.
Okay, James.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
And we're back here on the front porch of this beautiful property here in Mast Hope. We're with the other owner of the property, Jane McKay. Jane, thank you again for joining us. We just spoke with your husband, and now we get to speak with you.
Yeah.
And you guys have such pride in this property. It seems like there's so much going on here, just from a forestry standpoint, a stewardship standpoint, this natural setting. What is so special about Sylvania Tree Farm and where you guys live here?
I'm going to have to use the words of some of my customers because, as John said, we lose sight of it sometimes because we're working, we're improving, we're making it happen. And it's the customers that will write in the guest books or tell me personally that what makes it special is its serenity. They have an opportunity to come to a place where they really need to decompress. They want to explore nature. They want to just have time away from the everyday life and lines and traffic. It's about that. That's what makes it special here. I think John also said that if we were to go on vacation, it's great to go on vacation, but when you come back to Mathtope and you come back to our spot here, we're like, wow, this is a vacation. So we love the place for that reason. That's what makes it special.
A lot of history, though, steeped here, right? I mean, we talked about the railroad bringing people here over time, and just the way in which it's transformed here over the years. It's kind of unique to watch it unfold over the decades, right?
It has. I mean, I hate to date myself, but yeah, we've been here 45 years, and we've seen the changes. But when we look at our collection of history, diaries, pictures that go back to John's ancestors, yeah, there's legends and there's photographs that we can, the local papers have written about us, about the how Mathtope got its name. And then you even step it back to when the Lenape Indians lived here. We have Indian artifacts that to share with our customers. And yeah, there's a lot of history. And I think customers, that's an interest for many people, being history buffs.
Yeah. And they get to kind of immerse themselves in that place where the Lenape spent that time along the riverbanks, because it was such a source of food and transit and things like that. And so they get to camp on camping sites. They get to stay inside cabins that are really well, set up there.
Yeah, yes, you step out of the cabin door and you hit our trail system, which is groomed and marked, and we take a lot of effort to keep those trails up to par. And on those trails, if you're walking on the grounds of where the Lenape Indians, some say Lenape Indians, walked. Yeah. They were in the cliffs. They used this area for fishing and game, and then hit the Delaware River to head back to Easton in the winter months. So yeah, you can feel it sometimes.
And so just describe to me like how this place evolves over the months into the fall months, the winter months, and then spring comes back alive in a lot of different ways. It's got to be really unique to see the four seasons change here.
Each season has its beauty, and how it evolved was slowly. We said we had a job to do when we first came here, and that was to repair, renovate. We got definitely bogged down in the work of running the place and fixing the place. But it was a day where we were invited to dinner at one of the cabins, so guests were staying there. And they said, come for dinner. We came over, and just as they finished preparing this beautiful dinner for us, they raised their glasses and said to Jane and John, and John and I looked at each other, and they were like, thank you. Thanks for giving us this place to come to. And year after year, it was a special family reunion. And all of a sudden, we were kind of startled, because we were like, oh, we're actually making an impact. That people feel that. And I kind of, at that point, thought, oh, I'm actually making a contribution to people. And I felt good about what I was doing. And like John said, you get bogged down with all the work and everything that needs to be done that you forget sometimes.
Yeah.
So evolving slowly is important.
Absolutely. So you're, do you maple? Do you,
Yeah.
collect syrup?
Nick kept it going. John started it, and Nick kept it going. But on a seasonal basis, every season has its beauty. March can be, it's March, but when you're tapping the trees and you're gathering the sap and you're preparing fires to burn it off, that's the best. And it's actually a great time to be in the woods. A lot of people think come in the winter and go downhill skiing, but there's the popularity now of snowshoeing. Mm-hmm. Great time to be in the woods. It's quiet. It's very peaceful. So every season has its beauty.
And you are pretty close to Ski Big Bear. You are pretty close to the Woodloch properties. But this is a property unto its own, 1,100 acres. You have horses.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we don't use the horses for customers, but yeah, having the Big Bear and Woodlock Spa, where our customers go. And yeah, we all work together, even though they're larger entities. Yeah, we all share in the tourism business.
Sure. And I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you too, just about the special nature of, the ancestry here, but you guys are the stewards now, but your sons, your daughter-in-law, the grandkids, this is all kind of this long story arc of stewardship of this land and this property and what this can provide to the outside world.
Yeah, and they're going to take a fresh look. John and I accomplished what we could, and I look forward to seeing where they're going to take it. And it'll be a new direction, and that's what the next generation brings to the table.
That's for sure. Is there anything else you want to leave us with here, just about how people can learn more about Sylvania Tree Farm, either on the www or anywhere else?
Yeah. So we keep our website up to par. It's sylvaniatreefarm.com. It's been everything's up to date. That's probably the best bet for all contacting us above social media, but World Wide Web.
Wonderful. Jane McKay, thank you again for joining us here on Pocono Mountains Podcast. And of course, this episode airs in the October 2023 Pocono Mountains Magazine. And we are very grateful for you to have us here and can't wait to see more of the property.
Thank you, James. It was a pleasure having you.
Absolutely. Catch that story on Sylvania Tree Farm on the upcoming episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine, premiering on PTN, 8 p.m. Sunday, October 1st. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have a new episode each week, highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe and leave a review and or comment on whatever platform you listen. The best stories come from people you know.
Hi, Jen and Brianna. Hello there.
And at the Pocono Television Network, we know the Pocono Mountains.
Saw you at the festival. Great job.
Thanks.
And PTN spends each and every day updating you on everything happening across the region.
Hey, I shared your post.
Thanks very much.
So watch us on cable, streaming, and online.
We love watching PTN.
Us too.
Go to PoconoTelevision.com. PTN is everywhere you are. We're back. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Now for a listen to an extended interview of another upcoming segment on Pocono Mountains Magazine. Brianna Strunk went to Candle Shop of the Poconos, which is far more than just candles. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network. We are at one of my favorite places today that combines scents and scares. More on that haunted piece in just a minute, but first we are here with the owner of Candle Shop of the Poconos in Swiftwater, Linda Schlier. Thanks for having us.
Sure, anytime.
I'm so excited. We're going to dive into a candle making demo, but first tell us a little bit about Candle Shop of the Poconos.
So we have been in business for about 17 years. My family has been in the candle business for over 50 years. We are a big attraction in the Pocono Mountains. We get lots of tourists. They come in, they buy candles, they buy gifts, they take a tour, haunted tour.
And inside is more than just candles. It's really like an experience. You can go in and walk out with a lot of different souvenirs and candles, but other items as well.
Yep, we have holiday items during the holiday season, and we actually have seasonal rooms for every holiday. So it's always Halloween or Christmas in the candle shop.
And if Linda looks familiar, her family is known as really involved and well-known business owners in the Poconos. Although her family does not own Pocono Mountain Harley-Davidson anymore, they did previously and really grew it into the destination dealership it's known as today. Also owned Schlier's Towing. So where does a candle shop factor into that?
So my family came from the candles. And we had Pocono Candle for 55 years over in East Stroudsburg. And that's where I learned to do all the candle making. And it was a great way to live, to learn all the stuff that I did through my parents.
And it made you want to open your own candle business.
Yes, definitely.
Very cool. So no better person to show us what a candle making demo is all about. So how do we get started?
All right. So here we have hand poured a paraffin blend wax. And we put our scent and our dye in here, and we are going to pour it into these 32-ounce jars, just like this.
And what scent is this? Because it smells really good.
Macintosh apple. We're going to pour it all the way to the rim. We heat our wax to 180 degrees in big 500-pound vats. And then we are going to take a wick. All of our candles have 2 wicks and are all double scented. So one candle does 700 square feet.
And how many candles are being hand poured a day, and how many are available in the gift shop on
So
a
the gift
regular
shop,
day?
we have 350 different scents.
Wow.
And about 5 or 6 different jars. We also have wood wicks, which is made with a wood wick, and it crackles like a fireplace. We can make about 300 candles here a day. They have to process overnight to be hand topped in the morning. But everything is double scented and ready to go for the weekend.
Wow.
So
So
that's-
Candle Shop at the Poconos isn't a place that you're going to find all of the like name brand candles, although you have some of that.
We
But
have
this
some.
is more of a labor of
Yep.
love, all homemade candles, and I feel like
Yep.
you can really tell and
Yep.
smell the quality.
Yes, they're very good. It's the best candle around.
And another really cool part of your business is the haunted tours you offer here on
Yes,
site.
yes.
So tell us about that.
So when we bought the candle shop, the basement was really awkward down there. There was lots of weird stuff going on, and we noticed like there was like cages and different kinds of stuff. And the former people that owned it told me never to be open after 5 o'clock, that there was some kind of history down there. So we just bought it and just went on. And here to find out, it was a biological research center in the basement. He was trying to invent antivirus for smallpox and yellow fever, and his name was Dr. Redwood Fisher. Eventually he moved on and bought Sanofi's property down here at the bottom of the hill, and it was called Pocono Laboratories back in the 1900s. So we decided to build a beautiful candle shop here and have a haunted tour, 2 attractions in one. It's a great thing. Come see the monkeys downstairs, see the cages, and take a tour with Robin.
So this was the doctor's home, and in the basement he had a
Yep.
research lab with monkeys.
Did.
And so when you bought the building, you experienced some paranormal
Crazy stuff.
Like what?
Just like there was like noises, and you could smell it. Smelled like a zoo, like where they kept all the monkeys downstairs and the different primates. You could just, and then your hair would raise up on your arms. You feel like someone was touching your hair. Just crazy stuff. And you know, I never believed in any of that stuff. When we bought this store, I'm the strongest person you know. This kind of creeped me out a little bit. And then Animal Planet came to do this story because they've heard so much about it, and they were wigged out about it, and they did a beautiful, beautiful show called The Haunted on Animal Planet.
And when people come shopping at the candle shop, they can actually check out that Animal Planet episode because you have it playing on
Yes,
rotation
we do.
inside the store.
We do. We have it on a TV, so you can see what it's all about, or you can watch it on TV. And you can come on the weekends and take a tour with Robin. And we will be open through summer, fall, and winter. You can call also, because sometimes during the week we'll be open too. But you can get your tickets up at the candle shop or online at mycandleshop.com.
And obviously during Halloween, October season, it's especially busy at the Haunted, but it's really a seasonal tour. You said open
It is.
weekends,
Yep.
but then closer to the Halloween season, you'll be adding more days.
Yes, a lot of people come up during the fall season. It's candle season and it's haunted season for the fall.
And I love how there's always different inventory here. Personally, I come to Candle Shop at the Poconos to get my autumn mums. So
Yeah.
when people come, locals and tourists alike, it's always a different experience at the Candle Shop.
It is. It is. People come we pour certain scents during the fall and Christmas, and they just love the new scents, bourbon, butterscotch, and all the new ones we have.
And
So
what's
it's
really great about Candle Shop at the Poconos too is you're close to a lot of the other Pocono attractions.
We are.
Mount Airy Casino Resort is just up the road. So is Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, Dasaki, the Frogtown Chop House, a lot of
Yes.
different places.
Yep.
So it's easily accessible to come visit you.
It's really nice. Everything's all in one location here in Swiftwater and Tannersville area, so it's nice to have everybody stop in.
And back to our candles. So they have to set overnight.
Yep,
you
these will
said?
sit overnight. She did very well on her wicks.
Oh, I'm so
They're
glad I
straight.
passed the test.
And then Tomorrow they'll top these so they will look like this. So flat and ready to go on the shelves.
Macintosh
And
candle.
Macintosh apple, ready to go. for the
Very
weekend.
nice. Is there anything we missed that we definitely still need to talk about with the business?
No, I just think you know it's a great place. It's a great gift shop. It's magical, and I think everybody should come up to the Poconos, take a beautiful ride up here. There's a lot to do up here.
And you come for the scents and the scares. Sometimes customers do report feeling some paranormal activity.
They do.
So you'll have to come visit and let us know if anything,
Definitely.
if you feel anything. And if somebody wants to learn more before stopping by, how can they do so? What's the website?
So the website is mycandleshop.com. They can also call the store at 570-839-1844. And you can get tickets online or at the door. And we're open every day, 7 days a week, 9 to 6.
Very cool. Linda, thank you so much for
Sure.
having us here. I think it's time to go shopping.
Yes.
I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
See that story this Sunday at 8 p.m. on Pocono Mountains Magazine. Check PoconoTelevision.com to find out where you can watch the new episode, featuring both stories from Candle Shop of the Poconos and Sylvania Tree Farm. We hope you enjoyed Pocono Mountains Podcast. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. Come visit us in the Pocono Mountains. Plan your trip today.